Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, and brought to you by Coca-Cola. When you're stocking up for game day, be sure to grab a Coke with a friend. Together, taste better. Carolina Ford. Ford, built for victory. Built for the Carolinas. Contact your Carolina Ford dealer today. And by Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, 919 all fours.
Hello again and welcome to the Carolina Insider. Thanks so much for being with us. And boy, what a week and a half it has been for Carolina athletics and specifically for Carolina basketball. Of course, late last week, Roy Williams electing to retire after a Hall of Fame career lasting more than 30 seasons at the Division I level. So the Heels had a big decision to make and they made it quickly, as Hubert Davis, former Tar Heel player, played more than a decade in the NBA. He's been on the bench for nearly 10 years as an assistant here in Chapel Hill. Hubert will move up and become the next head coach of Carolina basketball. Adam Lucas and I had a chance earlier this week to talk with both Coach Davis and Bubba Cunningham about that decision, the transition, and the future for Carolina basketball. You'll see a bunch of that coming up during the show. Also, spring football practice is about halfway through as they lead towards the spring game on April 24th. Mack Brown, Hall of Fame head coach of Carolina football, met with the media earlier this week to give an update on the spring activity for the Heels. We'll give you some of that video from that press conference as well. And as we do every week, a bunch of sports playing around Chapel Hill. We'll pick and choose a couple highlights for you from some of the successful Tar Heel teams from this past week. All of that and more coming up. Thanks so much for being with us here on the Carolina Insider.
We can make that happen, definitely.
This looks great.
We'll bring it and have
Getting through the morning meeting in one piece?
Thanks.
Feels good. Then realizing it's payday. That definitely feels good. All while keeping the kids busy and the clients happy? You're unstoppable. With a Wells Fargo checking account, you can bank without missing a beat.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
If this is your kind of day and this is your kind of truck, then this is your time to buy. During the Built for Spring sales event, get great deals and great offers on the legendary workhorse Ford F-150 and the adventure-ready Ford Ranger. Make the most of your spring in a new Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry, it's the Built for Spring sales event. Now, get a 2020 F-150 with up to $10,531 in total savings. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Today tastes like staying in. Like our go-to place. Tastes like anticipating. And a little bit like waiting. Today tastes like a piece of the action, and it never tasted this good.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Does your team mean the world to you? Then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison & Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison & Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919 all fours.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo.
Bubba Cunningham said after Roy Williams retired that he wanted to quickly make the transition to the next head coach, and he was a man of his word, as just 4 days later, Hubert Davis was announced as the new head coach of Carolina basketball. Adam Lucas and I had a chance to catch up with both Coach Davis and Bubba Cunningham to talk about this monumental change for Tar Heel basketball. Let's take a look.
It just became very evident to me in my conversation with Hubert that he's absolutely the right guy right now. The passion, the energy, and the enthusiasm he has for this place, for those kids, and for everything that he does, and providing opportunities for kids to play. I had a great conversation with him over a course of time, and immediately called the chancellor and said, we don't need to look any farther. We've got our guy.
Coach Davis, you've told us before that in all the jobs you've had, you don't really look ahead. You weren't thinking about being a head coach when you were an assistant coach. You were thinking about being best assistant coach you could be. Yeah. When it came time to talk to Bubba and articulate why this was something that was important to you, what did you tell him?
Well, I told him that I just wanted to make a difference. I have a passion of making a difference in these kids' lives. Over the last 9 years, Coach Williams has given me a front row seat to be able to be in each one of these kids' lives and to directly help them be the best that they can be on the court, off the court, and in the classroom. There's nothing better than that. I always tell them that one of the best parts of my job is to see how hard they work in the classroom, see how hard they work in the community, and see how hard they work when they come on the floor, and to see it come out in a play in a game. It's nothing better than that, to see their smile on their face and see them being successful. I've always wanted to be a head coach, but the only place that I only wanted to be a head coach was here at North Carolina. I have always wanted to follow the road and the path that Coach Smith and Coach Guthridge and Coach Williams walked. And I'm just really excited and honored and humbled and motivated and ready to go to do it with my personality and in my shoes.
Hubert, what does that look like? What does a Hubert Davis personality look like while following that same road of the grace that you just mentioned?
Well, I'm fired up. One of the things that I believe in is showing up every day. It's something that I've had to do my entire life. You know the story of me not being highly recruited and having given a chance and opportunity. I've had to prove myself everywhere. I had to prove myself here, and I'm so thankful that Coach Smith gave me that chance and that opportunity to come here. And because of that, the most significant things in my life have happened here. I talked about how, I had my best friends here. I got a great education here. I played basketball here. I became a Christian here. Fell in love with my wife here. We got married here. And then after I retired from the NBA in 2004, we could have lived anywhere we wanted to in the country. And my wife and I decided to raise our 3 beautiful children here. I'm all about competing. I'm all about toughness. I'm all about showing up every day in practice and games and shoot-arounds. And the thing that I want for every one of our players is you got to have emotion and you got to show up every day. I've had to fight my entire life, and I enjoy being in that position. I love when somebody says no. I love when somebody says I can't do something. That just fires me up, and that puts me in a place where you're not going to get me and you're not going to beat me. And I'm so thankful and honored to be in this position, again, to have a front row seat to be able to help out these kids. They all have hopes and dreams and goals, and I want that for them. And I want them to also know what's also great is not only achieving individual goals, but team goals as well. I want them to cut down the nets, winning a regular season title. I want them to have the experience of cutting down those nets at the ACC tournament. I want them to have the memories of being able to cut down those nets when we head to the Final Four, and I want them to have those experiences of being on that podium after we won the national championship. There's nothing better than that. Out of all the years that I played college, out of all the years that I played in the NBA, my fondest memories, the best times in basketball for me have not been individual. It's been team. It's been the experiences that I have shared with my team, with my teammates. And so that's what I'm all about, and that's what Carolina will be.
It is a different landscape in college basketball. Bubba referenced that at one point earlier. How do you start to navigate these different waters that college basketball is in right now?
Well, in terms of basketball and being here, there's a foundation here that I believe in. And it's a foundation that has been tested, has been tried, has been proven, and has been proven successful. and been experienced by me. So I believe in it. And so the things that Coach Smith and Coach Guthridge and Coach Williams believe in, this program will continue to believe in, on and off the court. But you're right, things have changed. Kids have changed, the game has changed, and we have to adapt. We've got to get better. You know, looking on our team last year, we got to get better. You know, the guys that are coming back, they, through the hard work and the sacrifice and the passion and the will and the want to, they significantly have to get better. We have to get better players. We've got to go through the transfer portal and find big-time players that want to be a part of this unbelievable program that can play right away and be big-time players out there on the floor. I understand that we need more shooting. I understand that we need versatility in our bigs. I understand we got to be better defensively. I understand we got to take care of the basketball. I understand we got to be better shooting the ball from three and from the free throw line, and I understand we've got to have more spacing. And those things will be accomplished next year. And those are things that we need to address, and we will next year.
Extraordinary time of change, but what an exciting time as well for Carolina basketball. Bubba, Coach Davis, thank you both so much for your time. Great to be with you as always.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Today tastes like staying in, like our go-to place. Tastes like anticipating, and a little bit like waiting. Today tastes like a piece of the action, and it never tasted this good.
We can make that happen, definitely.
This looks great.
We'll bring it and have
Getting through the morning meeting in one piece
things.
feels good. Then realizing it's payday. That definitely feels good. All while keeping the kids busy and the clients happy. You're unstoppable. With a Wells Fargo checking account, you can bank without missing a beat.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Does your team mean the world to you? Then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison and Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919-ALL-4s.
If this is your kind of day and this is your kind of truck, then this is your time to buy. During the Built for Spring sales event, get great deals and great offers on the legendary workhorse Ford F-150 and the adventure-ready Ford Ranger. Make the most of your spring in a new Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry, it's the Built for Spring sales event. Now, get a 2020 F-150 with up to $10,531 in total savings. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo.
It's easy to forget, but a year ago at this time, Carolina was supposed to be going through spring practice, but due to COVID, that and so many other things were shut down. So Carolina, for the first time in 2 years, going through a full competitive spring practice, and it has been beneficial for Carolina football. Mack Brown and his 2 coordinators, Phil Longo on the offensive side, Jay Bateman, the defensive coordinator for Carolina, met with the media earlier this week to discuss some of the progress that the Heels have made. We wanted to let you hear from all 3 of those coaches from Carolina football.
We divided spring practice up into 3 different phases. You have 15 days. The first 2 had to be in shorts by NCAA rules. And then since then, we've had 4 in pads. So we're into the second phase. So we set goals for the first phase, and you can talk to Phil and Jay about their goals for each of their areas, as well as special teams. And now we're into the second phase. So you go back and reevaluate your first 5 days and talk about what we have to get done in the next 5 days. And most of that right now is personnel evaluation because we're working really, really hard at separating positions. We got a lot of good players at different places. We need some to step up and be great players. And that's what we're working to see. I thought we had a very good practice yesterday, especially coming off of Easter break. And the guys really worked hard. And we said we're getting more competition right now because we got better players competing against each other in practice. The older guys, we're letting them do a lot of individual work. And if we've put in a new scheme on offense or defense, we're letting the older guys learn that new scheme. But by and large, they're doing drill work, the experienced guys, and they're not doing a lot of the other teamwork or scrimmage type stuff. But we said competition has stepped up at every level, and that's what we've got to continue to do.
When you get into spring, it's always you have a high comfort level when you have a room returning with a lot of veterans that you know can play and have a lot of snaps and starts under their belt and a lot of wins under their belt. And you know that right now would sound like our offensive line room or our quarterback room. But you know, aside from that, which is an ideal situation, it's a lot of fun going into the spring knowing that you have talent in a particular room. It's younger and it may not be completely developed. We may not know who's going to rise to the top yet and become the guys that fill the shoes of Michael Carter and Javonte Williams. But right now, I mean, there's 6 guys in that room with a new running backs coach in Larry Porter. And every day, you know, we're doing something with regards to what we script in practice to put these guys in not just run situations, but pass protection situations and pass catching situations, because we've got a lot of guys to evaluate. And so it's unique and it's a good problem to have, because there are so many talented guys in the room that we've got to figure out, you know, who we're going to roll into the opening game with at Virginia Tech. And so it's fun because we've got guys that are competing hard and they're smart, and it's a great room, and all of them have flashed at one point or another in practice, you know, to date.
I absolutely think our front 7 pieces are more, physically aligned with what you need to be to compete at the highest level in college football. And then I think in the secondary, right, we've had to patch some things, but I think now, Dre's done a great job with the corners. I think we've got 5 corners that can play that are all good players. So I think we've made great strides with talent, right? And now they need to. Now we need to, as a defense, right, implement that. And I think we are closer. I think we do have more pieces in place to be able to play more parts of the components of the defense than we've ever had. Last year we really didn't. So I feel like now we're much more prepared to use every page in the playbook, and I think that will help us tremendously.
We can make that happen, definitely.
This looks great.
We'll bring it and have
Getting through the morning meeting in one piece?
Thanks.
Feels good. Then realizing it's payday. That definitely feels good. All while keeping the kids busy and the clients happy? You're unstoppable. With a Wells Fargo checking account, you can bank without missing a beat.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
If this is your kind of day and this is your kind of truck, then this is your time to buy. During the Built for Spring sales event, get great deals and great offers on the legendary workhorse Ford F-150 and the adventure-ready Ford Ranger. Make the most of your spring in a new Ford, America's best-selling brand. Hurry, it's the Built for Spring sales event. Now, get a 2020 F-150 with up to $10,531 in total savings. Only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Today tastes like staying in. Like our go-to place. Tastes like anticipating. And a little bit like waiting. tastes like a piece of the action. And it never tasted this good.
Your life is more flexible and efficient than ever, and your energy is too. See how North Carolina's electric cooperatives are building a brighter future for the rural communities we serve at ncelectriccooperatives.com/brighter.
Does your team mean the world to you? Then we're just alike. My team here at Hardison and Cochran means the world to me. And just like you, I have nothing but confidence in my team when it's on the line. If you've been injured at work and facing a blitz from the insurance company, I welcome you to call on me and my team. We have 3 workers' compensation experts ready to put in the game to protect you and your family.
Hardison and Cochran, attorneys at law, here for you. 919-ALL-4s.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo.
The spring season starting to wind down as a lot of the spring sports getting to the end of their regular season. A lot of activity is occurring. Let's see some of the highlights from a couple of the Tar Heel teams from this past week.
3-1 pitch. This one is tagged to right center. On his horse is Brady Allen. A long run. He's not going to get there. That's going to skip up against the wall. Look at Zarate. Already around second. He'll get into third easily with a leadoff triple. That's right down the middle and laced into left field, and just like that, North Carolina breaks out in front 1-0.
I mean, listen, we didn't have a tournament last year, so just the fact that we're going to have a tournament this year is a positive to start.
Short fly ball left field. Tough play, and the shortstop, Soretti, goes out and gets it. Danny Soretti with a beautiful play for out number 1. Meister at first. The 0-2 swung on and missed. 3 strikeouts in the inning for Gillian. Ground ball to the shortstop, Soretti. Strong throw, and that's going to be a double play. Line drive. Snagged by Soretti. Are you kidding me? This guy's trying to win a Gold Glove in 9 innings. The 0-2. Another breaking ball. Back up the middle, base hit. They're going to send the runner. Here comes Zarate. The throw, not in time. And North Carolina goes in front 3-2. Got him. That was entertaining. North Carolina wins it 3-2-10.
Will once again handle the insert as she has all 3 times for North Carolina. Left corner, driven home, and there is one of those goals in pursuit of the top all time. It's Madsen with number 19 on the season. Here's Virginia looking to even things up. Boy, are they continuing to put pressure right down at the face of the goal on Hendry, who's been equal to the task and will stay as such, keeping it 1-0. That's the sequence that you may say is the best of the day so far for Hendry. Just a number of Cavaliers relentlessly pursuing what would have been Virginia's first goal, but it was to no avail. Heading into the intermission here. Second quarter winding down. North Carolina trying to double its advantage. Here's Madsen again. And Madsen will find the back corner as she now not only doubles North Carolina's lead, doubles her scoring total on the day with her 20th goal of the season. After winning 3 consecutive in the fall, here's a look right at the face of the goal. It is lofted up and in, and fittingly, Madsen once more. She had scored all 3 of North Carolina's goals, and Madsen has done it for UNC in overtime, less than a minute in. So with just a few seconds remaining in the first half and just 58 seconds into the sudden overtime phase, or sudden victory phase here in overtime, it is Erin Madsen. Who else? A hat trick, a 21st goal this season.
They capitalize on that.
Katie Hogue so good at picking a pass this time. Circles it around the cutter, clean through. Ortega backing her way in, trying to get those hands free. The extra step, and she buries it. And the hustle from number 3 in white.
I mean, defensively, if you're Notre Dame, this is how you have to play North Carolina. You have to get in their hands, and you hope that you can stop them.
Apologies for not having the score bug in right now. 19 minutes left in this first half. Carolina controlling a 3-1 lead, looking for more here. A player up, and they cash in right on cue. Wurzburger again, 2 goals and an assist for the freshman.
So because that foul will curled outside of the 8-meter shoe will be on the hanging hash, but players, they got to make it happen. And Kerrigan Miller, she's got a lot of experience under her belt.
Feed in front, and Carolina cashes in on the player up opportunity again. The first 12 minutes of this first half. Only 1 goal this entire half, and it's belonged to North Carolina. Ortega, Jamie Ortega, are you kidding me? A hat trick.
Julia Dorsey with the ball now. You might recognize her name. She plays soccer at UNC as well, so just all over talented athletes here.
Feed inside, you know her name, Jamie Ortega does it again. Her 4th goal of the day.
That's a cross check right into Jamie Ortega. Good call by the officials.
Ortega spinning around, somehow it goes. Jamie Ortega with 5. Howe's got to scoop it up. She can't do it. North Carolina survives. The win streak continues for the #1 team in the country. 19 straight now.
This has been our next to last show of the season. We'll be back with you for our season finale next week on the Carolina Insider.
Carolina Insider is presented by Wells Fargo, official sponsor of Carolina Athletics, and brought to you by Coca-Cola. When you're stocking up for game day, be sure to grab a Coke with a friend. Together, tastes better. Carolina Insider is produced by Go Heels Productions for Tar Heel Sports Properties, a property of Learfield IMG College.